Good evening, and welcome to the Universidad Europea de Madrid. My name is Alan Palmer, Director of New Student Orientation, and thank you so much for joining us in the first International Open House event of this academic year, live from our campus of Villaviciosa de Odón. Students, choosing a degree in a university can be extremely challenging, and we encourage you to explore a wide array of options. After all, the 4, 5, or 6 years of undergraduate studies entail much more than simply attending classes, studying for exams, carrying out projects, and writing theses. Rather, your university experience should provide you with a platform to grow, mature, participate in extracurricular activities, find your calling, network, and forge lifelong friendships with classmates and professors. In this virtual event, we hope to shed light upon the Universidad Europea de Madrid, explain our wide portfolio of bachelor's degrees taught 100% in English, provide an overview of campus life and culture, detail the admissions process, and answer any questions you may have in our Q&A session to follow, all with the goal of helping you in your research to find the university that best fits your personal needs and promising future. Please note that all the degrees we will cover this evening are also offered 100% in Spanish. Tomorrow at the same time, October 19th, we will have another virtual open house event in Spanish for those interested. So you may be wondering, where exactly is the Universidad Europea de Madrid and what is the campus like? Well, founded in 1989, we are a private international university whose main campus in Madrid is located just 15 kilometers to the southwest of the city center within the quaint town of Villaviciosa de Odón. Although do note, we have another smaller, more boutique-style campus located in the north of Madrid in Alcobendas. However, the Spanish capital is not our only base, as we also have campuses in Valencia and the Canary Islands in Tenerife. And it doesn't stop there, as we are currently in the process of opening additional campuses in Malaga, Alicante, as well as a third Madrid campus called the Creative Campus, to open in September of 2024 for our students of design. Nevertheless, regardless of which campus you carry out your studies, our university emphasizes experiential learning, or learning by doing. How do we accomplish this? Well, a large portion of our degree's curricula take place outside of the traditional classroom, within our on-campus laboratories, workshops, simulation zones, as well as in real-life professional settings, thanks to the numerous agreements and relationships we've forged with multinational companies, institutions, and hospitals where our students carry out their curricular internships. We also foster a multicultural environment in which about half of our student body is international. While we are on that topic, I am aware that many of you will be departing your respective home countries and relocating to Spain to embark on this new chapter, which can seem a little bit exciting but also scary. So as a foreigner myself, that is one thing that you and I will share in common. Having lived, studied, and worked in Spain for nearly a decade, I also look forward to talking about the reality of relocating to Spain, living in the vibrant capital city of Madrid, and forming part of this distinguished university community. While I cannot guarantee that your university experience will always be easy, I can guarantee you this. Upon graduating from the Universidad Europea de Madrid, you will spring into the world with a more globalized, digitalized, sustainable, and entrepreneurial mentality, ready to face the many challenges of tomorrow. For example, digital transformation, data analysis, sustainability, social equality, and so many more. We thoroughly hope you find this event both insightful and beneficial as you research the various options of which university do I choose. In the following short video, the rector of the Universidad Europea de Madrid, Dr. Elena Gazapo, will explain our academic model in more detail.
Hola, mi nombre es Elena Gazapo, soy la rectora de la Universidad Europea de Madrid y quiero darte las gracias por estar con nosotros en nuestra jornada de puertas abiertas. Sabemos que estás en un momento muy importante de tu vida. Estás a punto de comenzar una nueva etapa, un futuro que comienza en la elección de universidad, ya sea para cursar una titulación de grado o un ciclo formativo de grado superior. La Universidad Europea está formada por una red de instituciones presentes en Madrid, Valencia, Canarias, Oporto y Lisboa, que comparten una visión única, la visión One University. Con más de 25 años de trayectoria, 25.000 alumnos y más de 80.000 egresados, proporcionamos a nuestros estudiantes una educación integral, formando líderes y profesionales preparados para dar respuesta a las necesidades de un mundo global, para aportar valor en sus profesiones y contribuir al progreso social, siempre desde un espíritu emprendedor y de compromiso ético. Nuestro compromiso con nuestros estudiantes se sustenta en un sólido modelo académico eminentemente práctico, que permite conocer la realidad profesional en un entorno global y multicultural donde más del 30% de los estudiantes son internacionales y con acuerdos de intercambios y prácticas en más de 70 países. En la Universidad Europea de Madrid contamos con una amplia oferta formativa en la gran mayoría de las áreas de conocimiento, con más de 200 grados, ciclos formativos de grado superior, posgrados y programas de la Escuela Universitaria Real Madrid Universidad Europea. Nuestra comunidad docente permanece en constante contacto con las profesiones para garantizar una formación a la vanguardia de las necesidades del mercado laboral, lo que se traduce en más de 6.000 acuerdos de colaboración con empresas y con elevadas tasas de empleabilidad cercanas al 90% y con rangos salariales un 40% por encima de la media de universidades privadas. Este contacto con las profesiones también se pone de manifiesto en nuestra oferta académica, en permanente actualización para responder a las necesidades profesionales en diferentes áreas como educación, ingeniería o comunicación, por nombrar algunas de ellas. Además, en los últimos meses ha quedado de manifiesto la importancia del cuidado de la salud como elemento clave para la sociedad. Por eso apoyamos el concepto One Health, una sola salud, una estrategia global que defiende que la salud humana y la salud animal son interdependientes y están vinculadas a los ecosistemas en los que coexisten. Lo concebimos y lo implementamos a través de una nueva propuesta formativa que incluye biomedicina, veterinaria y medio ambiente y sostenibilidad. En la Universidad Europea queremos acompañarte en tu viaje y lo hacemos a través de nuestro modelo académico de aprendizaje experiencial HighFlex, que tiene un enfoque eminentemente práctico que te permitirá adquirir los conocimientos, las competencias y valores adecuados para el desarrollo de tu futura profesión, así como afrontar los retos de la transformación social y digital. Un viaje de aprendizaje en el que contarás con las mejores instalaciones, equipo docente y tecnología para que aprendas haciendo, enfrentándote desde los primeros años de formación a situaciones simuladas y reales del día a día de las profesiones. Un modelo que te permitirá ganar horas de vuelo gracias a la última tecnología en laboratorios y entornos virtuales, contando siempre con la cercanía y la dedicación constante de tus profesores. ¿Quieres saber cómo es el día a día estudiando en la Universidad Europea? Tendrás a tu disposición un campus seguro, con magníficas instalaciones y laboratorios, como Industria 4.0, que cuenta con las principales tecnologías como Internet de las Cosas, ciberseguridad, sensores o Big Data, entre otros, para garantizar un aprendizaje basado en proyectos con el estado del arte de la cuarta revolución industrial. El Human Performance Research Lab, un espacio de última generación para el aprendizaje transdisciplinar sobre los beneficios y usos del ejercicio físico en la salud y en el rendimiento de las personas. O el hospital simulado, para que puedas practicar con las situaciones que viven los profesionales sanitarios, pero en un entorno seguro. El elevado número de profesores que siguen el ejercicio profesional, cuya enseñanza está directamente relacionada con su experiencia laboral, te garantizan una conexión con el mundo real desde el primer año. Además, contarás con aulas dotadas con la última tecnología y podrás hacer uso de diferentes herramientas digitales como entornos de simulación, gamificación, laboratorios virtuales y contenidos digitales de alto valor añadido. Todo ello accesible también fuera del horario de clase para maximizar tus horas de vuelo. Y todo esto en el entorno de nuestros campus seguros, en los que podrás participar en múltiples actividades y exprimir al máximo la vida universitaria. Toda nuestra comunidad universitaria te está esperando para acompañarte en este viaje donde la educación personalizada, el conocimiento humano y la tecnología más avanzada se dan la mano. Te dejo con los equipos de facultades y escuelas que te van a mostrar tu día a día desde las áreas de conocimiento.
Studying at the Universidad Europea entails a rich international experience from day one. Of our approximately 30,000 students, 42% are international, coming from 122 nations, making our university one of the most diverse and multicultural in Spain. We also proudly offer internship and training placement opportunities in more than 40 countries so that students can break out of their comfort zone and engage in professional networking on a global level. Since our founding in 1989, approximately 95,000 students have graduated from the Universidad Europea between our campuses in Madrid, Valencia, and the Canary Islands. Fortunately, 90% of our alumni secure employment within their first year of graduating, and 25% of them are currently working and practicing their respective professions abroad outside of Spain. Now, we know that employability is really important to you, which is why we strive to bring you as close as possible to the professional world from day one. As I mentioned, we have signed agreements and built enduring relationships with approximately 14,000 companies and institutions worldwide, where you as a student will get that practical experience working hand in hand with a reputable professional of your field, be that an architect, an aeronautical engineer, a professional sports team manager, a psychologist, a dentist, a CEO, the list goes on. As previously mentioned, our academic model centers upon experiential learning, or learning by doing. We invite you to take advantage of our pioneer facilities where you will carry out coursework in environments that recreate professional spaces with the highest precision, allowing you to learn in a safe way as a preliminary step to your professional internship. These spaces are accessible even outside of class hours so that you can continue practicing and polishing your skills as much as you need. In this learning methodology, you will learn collaboratively from our expert faculty who are up to date with the latest trends in technology. It's also worth noting that 80% of our professors are active professionals within their fields, so you always have a close link to the professional world from day one. I would now like to explain our degrees offered 100% in English within our faculties here at our campus in Villaviciosa de Odón. So let's start with the Faculty of Biomedical and Health Sciences. But before diving into the individual degrees, please sit back, relax, and enjoy this short video that paints a picture of this faculty. With more than 5,500 students since its creation and 25% of international students, the Faculty of Biomedical and Health Sciences contributes to the development of each individual's potential to improve society's health and overall quality of life. As part of its facilities, the Universidad Europea has 2 simulated hospitals that allow students to learn about clinical practices in a truly authentic setting. In these spaces, the possibilities are endless. We can simulate to precision anything from an intensive care unit, an operation and delivery room. In fact, we even have a robot named Rufina who gives birth. Of course, the simulated hospitals possess all the necessary bells and whistles and technological instrumentation, but in my opinion, the differentiating aspect of this facility is the ability to work as a team with different health professionals. For example, it's quite common for our psychology students to work collaboratively with our medical students. That multidisciplinary aspect of health sciences is truly at the heart of our simulated hospitals. Additionally, we offer state-of-the-art structure and function labs filled with anatomical models and virtual reality glasses that allow students to enter any body system on the molecular level, as well as our avant-garde dentistry laboratories that facilitate experiential learning. After gaining all the crucial experiences within our simulated settings, our students then treat real patients at hospitals, clinics, and laboratories in the final years of their degree. It's worth mentioning that we often receive excellent feedback about our students as they show up on day one with experience in handling patients, initiative, and enthusiasm. In this faculty, you can study the following bachelor's degrees 100% in English. The first I would like to point out is our bachelor's degree in dentistry, which is also proudly offered from our campus in Valencia. The Universidad Europea has trained top-notch dentists, orthodontists, and oral surgeons since 1996, thanks to our latest technologies, like I mentioned, our simulated hospitals, our preclinical dentistry lab, as well as our smart lab, in which students employ unique virtual reality simulators, experiencing sensations almost identical to those they will feel with a real patient. This degree entails 5 years of studies. The first year, students will explore the basic sciences of anatomy, biology, chemistry, and genetics, whereas the second and third years, the curriculum focuses more on medical pathologies, orthodontics, endodontics, root canals, and oral surgery. After acquiring all the skills needed to treat real-life patients, in the final 2 years, students complete 900 hours of internships within our university dental clinics located in downtown Madrid. Please note that our university dental clinics receive over 94,000 consultations and perform over 160,000 treatments annually. Let's move on to psychology. Within our 4-year bachelor's degree in psychology, you will gain a deep understanding of human behavior to help improve our global society. Similar to dentistry and other biomedical health science-related degrees, the first year provides students with a strong theoretical base within the fields of biology and anatomy. In the first year, our students also attend seminars and with leading psychologists from different areas: prison psychologists, military psychologists, clinical psychologists, hospital psychologists, as well as experts in human resources. Our degree has a strong practical approach, given that starting your third year, you will carry out internships in external centers and learn all about patient care in institutions and psychology clinics. All in all, you will complete more than 600 hours of internships, after which you will feel 100% comfortable treating and diagnosing patients in real-life settings. But don't worry about attending real-life patients, as you will have ample experience working with our actors within our simulated hospitals. Our actors can play the role of patients with a wide array of pathologies, from schizophrenia to a panic attack to an eating disorder, and even a patient with a terminal disease. Now, let's take a quick look at our bachelor's degree in biotechnology, which is also proudly offered from our campus in Valencia. What I truly love about this degree is that it is very wide in scope, allowing students to gain experience in various fields with a strong entrepreneurial approach. You will learn about the pharmaceutical industry at large, as well as the latest technological advances in bioscience. Thanks to our innovative curriculum, you will acquire the skills needed to develop and improve the design of, for example, new drugs, food products, or the bioremediation of contaminated environments, among many others. The Universidad Europea students also enjoy privileged access to the main research centers here in Madrid, like the CSIC, the CSIC, the Carlos III Health Institute, as well as the Paraplegic Hospital of Toledo. So you have free access to all of these top-notch research centers. That will conclude our degrees offered in English within our Faculty of Biomedical and Health Sciences. Students, please, if you have any questions about any of these degrees, please feel free to ask us in the live chat, and we'll be happy to answer those in the Q&A session following the presentation of all the degrees. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy this short video that paints a picture of our Faculty of STEAM. Students, if you're passionate about building, constructing, planning, drawing, giving form to objects, and physically transforming the world around us, the Faculty of STEAM is right up your alley. The university schools of engineering and architecture train competitive professionals with an international and interprofessional approach through project-based learning and hands-on experience with leading companies in the sector. Fortunately, we provide our students with cutting-edge facilities, such as our Digital Fabrication Laboratory, or Fab Lab, our design-oriented classrooms, wind tunnel, as well as a wide array of workshops for testing and manufacturing mechanics, materials, hydraulics, sculptures, among many others. It's also worth mentioning that the Universidad Europea is the first private institution to achieve the NAAB International Certification from the United States. This certification evaluates and recognizes international architectural programs of particularly high-quality standards, equivalent to programs in the United States and Canada. We are also the only Spanish university validated by the Royal Institute of British Architects, the RIBA, since 2019. Now, this is without doubt the most prestigious association of architects in the world. We also boast agreements with reputable international universities such as the University of California, Irvine, as well as with prominent companies such as Airbus, Iberia, Repsol, Siemens, Altran, Bosch Security Systems, among others. Outside of the classroom, students have the opportunity to participate in university clubs like our Formula WIM, Robotics Club, Design Club, Air Division, Computing, New Technologies, just to name a few. All clubs are 100% comprised of students, also with the support and guidance of our high-quality teaching staff. So in this faculty, you can study the following English taught degrees. Let's first delve into our bachelor's degree in Fundamentals of Architecture, which entails 5 years of undergraduate studies. As I previously mentioned, the Universidad Europea is the first university in Europe to obtain the NAAB and the RIBA, RIBA International Accreditations, which will make it easier for you to practice your profession in the United States, Canada, and in the United Kingdom, outside of the European Union, of course. You will utilize innovative technologies of BIM methodology, digital manufacturing, and virtual reality. And you will work in innovative laboratories such as our Fab Lab, our digital design workshops, our BIM classrooms, and our rendering farm. In fact, our students complete more than 3,600 hours within our workshops, which truly sets us apart from other universities. As we move into the future, the field of architecture faces new horizons and challenges, namely sustainability, energy efficiency, urbanism, and smart cities, which are highly integrated into this curriculum. Now let's move on to our bachelor's degree in aerospace and aircraft engineering. Within this degree, you will learn how to design and manage aircraft manufacturing projects, calculate orbits, use avionics hardware and software, ensure air safety control, control satellite missions, and monitor aeronautical systems. Students will utilize all of our top-notch facilities, including our wind tunnel, as well as our Fab Lab and materials resistance laboratories. In addition to the aircraft manufacturing companies I mentioned in the intro slide of this faculty, like Airbus and Iberia, we also have an internship agreement with AENA, the public organization that manages Spanish airports, for those interested in exploring a career in airport infrastructure. Throughout their degree, students also have the opportunity to collaborate in world-renowned projects like Flying Dreams, designing and constructing handmade aircrafts without the use of a motor. Last year, in fact, our students ended up as finalists within the Fly Your Ideas competition organized by Airbus. In addition to this project, our students can also participate in our Air Division Club, in which team members have collaborated with SpaceX to launch a satellite into space. Now let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in industrial systems engineering, specifically at the mechanics track. Since its origins in the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, the engineering field has paved the way in humankind's ingenuity, creativity, and problem-solving skills. Now you can join the fourth industrial revolution, which is currently booming and needs the best professionals to keep moving forward. Starting from the fundamentals of basic sciences like physics, chemistry, and mathematics, you will acquire the mechanical knowledge such as material resistance, machine design, and manufacturing, which will allow you to participate in the manufacturing of any mechanical product, from the simplest to the most complex and delicate systems you can imagine. Once you've completed your degree in mechanical engineering at the Universidad Europea, you will find opportunities in a number of sectors, including the automobile industry, logistics, food industry, structures, material processing, industrial chemical sector, industrial installations. The list goes on and on. Let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in computer engineering. As far as this degree is concerned, please note that 100% of our students secure employment within the first 6 months upon finishing their studies, something we are very, very proud of. During your degree, you will acquire the ability to design and program all types of complex systems, such as robotics, big data applications, artificial intelligence systems, and communications and cybersecurity. You will also learn in facilities such as our network laboratories, the XR Lab, augmented reality, the robotics and electronic laboratory, the tech factory, and even the simulated hospital. Aside from these facilities, you will also train using Vanguard programs like IBM Azure, Google Cloud, and Office 365 solutions. The Universidad Europea also has its own cloud, where you can access all of these programs outside of our campus from the comfort of your own home. Lastly, I would like to point out that students can get involved in a variety of clubs related to this field, like the Computer and New Technologies Club, Robotics Club, or the Game Studio 4.0 Club. Let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in civil engineering. And this is a degree for those who aspire to transform our natural and urban settings, constructing bridges, tunnels, highways, high-speed rail systems, improving renewable energy, public transportation, etc. We pride ourselves for being the first university in Spain to have a BIM technology classroom where you can carry out complete projects using this BIM methodology. In addition, you will experiment in geology, hydraulics, materials, and soil mechanics laboratories, and within our Fab Lab, you can build your very own prototypes. As a competitive civil engineer, you will find employment opportunities in construction companies in a wide array of sectors, including infrastructure, renewable energy, urban planning and transportation, as well as in public administrations. Now, let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in physics. During the first 2 years, students study the basic principles like fundamentals of physics, mathematical analysis, chemistry, linear algebra, analytical geometry and mechanics, waves, thermodynamics, and electromagnetism. Then, at the start of your third year, you can choose to specialize in one of the 3 tracks. The first being computing and data analysis, which focuses on quantum technology, as well as many other innovative subjects. The second being materials, in which you'll put into practice your tissue physics or nanotechnology subjects within our materials lab. Or third, the electronics track, which is the most traditional and versatile branch of applied physics. Within the electronics track, you will learn how electronic instrumentation works in practice. And in their 4th year, students, of course, complement their studies with curricular internships in reputable companies like Airbus, IBM, Deloitte, Iberdrola, or Bosch Security Systems. To conclude our faculty of STEAM, now let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in data science, taught in the most advanced facilities and laboratories. Now, science is without doubt the engine that drives our society, right? And for this reason, the aim of this degree is to train future mathematicians with a global vision of computing, calculus, and business as a data scientist. You will acquire top-notch training in the operation, development, design, and administration of mass data systems and analytical functions applicable to multiple industries: energy, education, industry, mathematical engineering, and research. Now we will move on to our creative campus, where our design students will study and train starting in September of 2024. We are really looking forward to, or really excited about this brand new state-of-the-art campus located on Calle María de Molina, right in the heart of Madrid, which will produce the next generation of graphic, digital arts, product, interior, UX, animation, video games, and fashion designers. We will equip them with the skills required to face the global challenges generated by technological, ecological, social, and economic change, ensuring they're able to propose innovative, bold, fair, and sustainable solutions that improve the lives of our society and the future of our planet. With more than 5,000 square meters of high-tech facilities, the Creative Campus offers digital and construction laboratories, simulation areas, state-of-the-art classrooms, exhibition and meeting spaces where students, together with our expert faculty members, can engage in experiential and project-based learning opportunities. Students can test, experiment, prototype, invent, imagine, beyond the limits of the classroom, acquiring the transdisciplinary skills and knowledge required to become the best agents of future change. The IADE, the IADE, and the Universidad Europea have partnered to provide the best educational offer in the areas of fashion design and interior design, with a wide range of official undergraduate, postgraduate, and master's degrees, both online and in person. Now, let's take a quick look at our bachelor's degree in design, which will be proudly offered from our creative campus, of course. Training as a designer allows you to create projects that will influence the way in which we interact, experience, and live reality at all levels. Design has become a true benchmark of strategic business culture as well. And at the Universidad Europea, we train designers at the highest level through an active experiential learning methodology in close connection with architects and many other professionals within the art, creativity, and innovation industry, all with a very international approach. Now, that will conclude our STEAM degrees in the world of architecture, engineering, physics, and design. And now we will move on to the Faculty of Social Sciences and Communication. But first, please sit back, relax, and enjoy this short video that paints a picture of this faculty. Now let's take a look at the Faculty of Social Sciences and Communication for our future business partners, brand ambassadors, brand ambassadors, entrepreneurs, diplomats, and audiovisual and multimedia professionals. I would like to start out by pointing that the Universidad Europea is the first Spanish university to receive the prestigious ACBSP accreditation for our bachelor's degrees in business administration and our bachelor's degree in marketing, which recognizes the quality of our training programs. We boast numerous partnerships with companies, institutions, law firms, and NGOs worldwide, like RTVE, Mediaset, Telemadrid, Repsol, Zeppelin, and Google. We also have forged relationships and signed agreements with leading international universities, such as the London School of Economics and the University of California, Berkeley, for study abroad opportunities. Students can put their knowledge into practice thanks to our professional laboratories, including our state-of-the-art television set and green screen, our financial hub, our business consulting lab, our international negotiations lab, and our simulated courtroom. We'll take a look at those in more detail in the virtual tour to follow. So within this faculty, you can study the following degrees completely in English. Let's first take a look at our business-related degrees. Now, for any business-related degree, you will gain a deep understanding of the various procedures and departments of any healthy business. For example, management, finance, communication, marketing, accounting, and strategy, all with an emphasis of developing your emotional intelligence, public speaking, and active listening skills. All our business students work on projects within our consulting lab. Essentially, let me explain the consulting lab. It's quite interesting. So essentially, the Universidad Europea collaborates with multinational companies that present us with ongoing issues or challenges that they're facing. Guided by a professor, our students work together in the consulting lab to analyze the issue and create a solution. This past year alone, the 2022-2023 academic year, our business students collaborated in over 1,500 projects. Among them for BMW, in which our students created a social media campaign for this world-renowned automobile manufacturer. Our business students also have the amazing opportunity to participate in extracurricular activities like our Capital Markets Club or Crypto Club, as well as our Digital Business Week, in which our university hosts a week of conferences and workshops and analyzes relevant challenges of the future, like digitalization, cybersecurity, data lifecycle, artificial intelligence, sustainability, and employment. So let's now focus on our global bachelor's degree in international business. In this degree, you will learn how to identify and use the key levers that facilitate business success in a truly international environment. Now, my favorite aspect about this degree is that students are required to study abroad in both their third and fourth years, being able to choose from more than 100 destinations thanks to the agreements with the best universities in Europe, North America, and Asia. In your fourth year, you will study in exclusive destinations such as McGill University in Canada or the University of California, Berkeley in the United States. Students can also choose to study a double global bachelor's degree in international business and international relations, which entails 5 years of study. Let's now delve into our bachelor's degree in business administration. Students will employ a methodology that places the student and his or her passions and talents at the forefront. First, you will learn all about the realities of business, attend conferences and seminaries, visit companies, and carry out workshops. Then you will work in virtual simulation environments, and after acquiring all the knowledge and skills you need, you will work on real projects for companies guided by our professors in the business consulting lab that I explained previously. You may be wondering, what is the difference between international business and business administration? Well, to put it simply, international business provides more emphasis on legal components and the macroeconomic environment, while business administration tends to focus more on microeconomic national matters. Now let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in business analytics, in which students acquire the analytical and management skills needed to succeed in the various departments of any company, of any sector. Designed by active professionals and managers of companies that apply big data to their business strategies like Google, ING Bank, Toyota, and Accenture, the curriculum entails a 4-year degree and provides the student with a hybrid profile between the traditional business profile and a technical profile that focuses on mathematics, business intelligence, statistics, and programming. Now, I'd like to share a few fun facts about big data. Did you know that 98% of the world's data has been generated in just the last 2 years? And 99.7% of all the stored information is yet to be accessed. So it goes without saying, the future is extremely bright for professionals skilled in data analysis, which affects society in practically all sectors: biochemistry, health, logistics, tourism, security, and even teaching and pedagogy. As we conclude our strictly business-focused degrees, let's delve into our bachelor's degree in economics. This degree prepares you to be an economist of the future within a fast-paced international environment, developing analysis and synthesis abilities and learning to use the latest technology and innovation. We are proudly partnered with Repsol, Accenture, McKinsey & Company, Bankinter, Kia, and many other companies where our students can carry out their curricular internships at the end of their degree. In order to understand, so you get an idea of how important economics is, in order to understand the aforementioned disciplines, international business, business administration, and business analytics, we truly need professionals trained in economics, as economics serves as the base and foundation for the global economy. We will now depart from the world of business and move on to our global bachelor's degree in international relations, also proudly offered from our campus in Valencia. By studying this degree, which is a 4-year degree, of course, you will become an expert in diplomacy and gain a firm understanding of how sovereign states, NGOs, interest groups, banks, and other international entities communicate with one another, all from an international, political, economic, social, and legal perspective. Participate in our Model UN or International Relations Club to deepen your knowledge of international affairs and enjoy studying abroad your entire 4th year at the prestigious University of McGill in Montreal, Canada. So overall, if you envision yourself participating in internships within the United Nations, the European Union, or collaborating on a Spanish diplomatic mission abroad, perhaps our global bachelor's degree in international relations is for you. As we conclude the presentation of this specific faculty, let's take a look at the world of communication. Our bachelor's degree in advertising trains professionals to understand the mindset and demands of the consumer and to create a strategic plan to penetrate any type of global market. Our curriculum entails subjects like neuromarketing, big data, new business models, psychology of the consumer, market research, event planning, as well as usability design or trend research. But let's not forget about the importance of creativity and imagination required within this field. Students will learn how to apply their creativity to make their target market or clientele fall in love with any given product. Lastly, I would like to highlight an amazing opportunity for our advertising students called Pitching Minds, which entails an elite group dedicated to advertising creativity. The selected students in Pitching Minds, guided by our distinguished professors, attend national and international advertising festivals. To date, the Universidad Europea is the most successful with over 50 awards and distinctions. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to get involved. Now, let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in media studies. Just so you get an idea of the traction that this field is gaining on the world stage, did you know that in 2021 and 2022, videos represent more than 80% of all content generated on the internet? So this degree aims to train future professionals to work on diverse audiovisual projects on any platform and in any media: cinema, television, radio, video games, and the internet. The curriculum includes subjects such as motion graphics, infographics, and data processing, transmedia narrative, app design, gamification, and internet and entertainment formats. So, if you envision yourself on the big TV screen or working behind the camera or behind the scene, I suggest you research this degree in more detail. Plus, you will train and polish your skills in our state-of-the-art multimedia facility called Europea Media, replete with a TV set, green screen, editing rooms, digital imaging, and photography labs. The list goes on. I'll have you take a look following the presentation in our virtual tour. So to conclude this faculty, let's finally take a look at our bachelor's degree in marketing. This is also offered from our campus in Valencia, and this program helps students acquire the knowledge, abilities, and skills needed to respond to the challenges that companies and institutions are currently facing. Neuromarketing, e-commerce, big data, and digital ecosystem are now key subjects that you should master if you want to opt for employment opportunities in this new digital economy. Throughout the 4-year bachelor's degree in marketing, you will take part in more than 400 hours of internships and work placements at leading companies, obtaining the skills needed to succeed and networking with experienced industry professionals. So that will conclude our presentation of degrees within the realm of social sciences and communications. Students, I've said it before and I'll say it again. For any questions that you have, please send those through the live chat, and we will be happy to answer those in the upcoming Q&A session to follow. But now, please sit back, relax, and enjoy this short video that paints a picture of our Faculty of Sports Sciences, which is the last faculty we will discuss this evening. Interestingly, the newspaper El Mundo and the prestigious Shanghai ranking consider our Faculty of Sports Sciences one of the best in Spain to study physical activity sciences and physical therapy degrees. In fact, Edu Universal ranking places our MBA in sports management within the top 50 worldwide. We boast approximately 35,000 square meters of state-of-the-art facilities, including our 9 tennis courts, 4 paddle courts, our rock climbing wall, beach volleyball court, track and football field, our 500 square meter fitness room, our Human Performance Research Center, where students carry out research projects related to biomechanics, physiology, and vision, as well as our semi-Olympic sized swimming pools, 1 exterior and 1 indoors. Do note that we are the only university in Spain that has its own climatized 25-meter swimming pool. We also are proud members of Real Madrid, thanks to our Escuela Universitaria Real Madrid, Universidad Europea, which provides our students with the opportunity to specialize in a specific area of the sports sector, thanks to our wide portfolio of master's degrees taught from our campuses here in Villaviciosa de Odón and in Alcobendas. So, within this faculty, you can study the following degrees 100% in English. So first, let's take a look at our bachelor's degree in physical therapy. I would like to point out that this is the only degree in Spain accredited by the World Confederation for Physical Therapy, and the Universidad Europea has been named the best private center and the second best in Spain for studying this field, according to the 2022 ranking in the El Mundo newspaper. From their first year, students complete more than 700 hours of practical on-campus simulation coursework within our simulated hospitals, Human Performance Research Center, and classrooms specifically adapted for physical therapy. Then, starting their second year, students complete 1,200 hours of clinical training within a physical therapy clinic here in Madrid. Our graduates have secured highly sought-after positions within the realms of sports, neurology, cardiovascular and respiratory therapy, traumatology, oncology, pediatrics, and geriatrics. It's also worth noting that over 75% of physical therapists are self-employed, so a large portion of our graduates go on to becoming leading entrepreneurs, opening their own clinics and serving as the captain of their own ship. As this degree is highly research-focused, our students can also join a research group working hand in hand with professors and PhD students, which I have to admit looks great on your resume. Now let's take a look at our global bachelor's degree in sports management. Now this degree is geared towards the student that loves the world of sports, but doesn't necessarily envision herself or himself playing or training professionally. If you see yourself creating your own brand, overseeing the construction of sports facilities, specializing in sports publicity or journalism, managing a professional club, sports federations or companies, perhaps this degree is for you. We want you to have the profile that managers in the sports industry are looking for: a high-quality university education, a broad business vision, versatility, and an international mindset. The aspects I love most about our bachelor's degree in sports management are the travel and study abroad opportunities. In the second year, students embark on an immersive experience inside the sports industry within Spain, typically in Valencia or Barcelona, while the third year, students learn about the management of world-class events in a corporate trip to New York City. Finally, in their fourth year, students experience a full year abroad in the United States, studying at the prestigious New Haven University in Connecticut, not too far from New York City. On the other hand, our bachelor's degree in physical activity and sports sciences aims to prepare students to become leading professionals in the world of fitness and health. The first 2 years, students will choose a total of 8 sports, for example, basketball, soccer, handball, golf, cycling, swimming, and aquatic activities, judo, winter sports, or volleyball. Then, in their final 2 years, students will specialize in soccer and basketball training. Now, in parallel to their studies, students can also obtain, a certified personal training certificate that certifies also a strength and conditioning specialist. So these are 2 really top-notch certifications that are world-renowned that will allow you to find stable employment opportunities. That will conclude our presentation of our degrees offered 100% in English. We will now move on to our admissions process, scholarship programs, living in Spain, and finally our Q&A session. But prior to that, please enjoy this short video about our campus here in Villaviciosa de Odón. I would now like to touch upon the admissions process here at the Universidad Europea de Madrid. First, I would like to mention that the application window for this upcoming 2024-2025 academic year is currently open, and we encourage you all to participate. The first step will be to establish contact with one of our dedicated enrollment advisors, who will be your main point of contact throughout the admissions process up until you register for classes. Now, we will assign you an advisor that is a true expert in the degree of your choice, answering any questions you may have and providing you and your family a campus tour of our state-of-the-art facilities. Your advisor will give you access to your pre-student portal and send you your online admissions tests, which consist of, irrelevant of your degree, I'll show you on the screen, a professional skills and abilities test, which will evaluate, for example, how you work in group settings, how you make decisions, what your level of empathy is like, self-motivation, et cetera, et cetera. Secondly, all students will complete a written interview comprised of 4 to 5 questions in which you will need to respond as honestly and detailed as possible. Lastly, all students, regardless of any previous official language certificates you may have, will need to take both a Spanish level exam and an English level exam. Now, these are 50 minutes in duration and contain a grammar, listening, and reading section. Kindly note that if your maternal language is either Spanish or English, you will not need to take that specific test. So, upon completing your admissions tests, our selection committee will evaluate your results and within about 48 hours, relay your admission status to your advisor, who will be in touch with you as soon as possible. Now, if admitted and the Universidad Europea is the right fit for you, your next step will be to reserve your place within your pre-student portal. This will guarantee your spot within the bachelor's degree, allow you to proceed forward with the registration process, permit you to apply for scholarships, and of course, provide you with that peace of mind, knowing that you are officially off to university in the fall of 2024. Now, there are a limited number of spaces per degree. The application window is currently open, so it is my recommendation to avoid waiting until the last minute and to start the process as soon as possible. As I mentioned, the Universidad Europea de Madrid does offer a competitive scholarship program that provides financial aid to our students of high academic and/or athletic performance. Kindly note that within our webpage, you will find numerous scholarships. However, I would like to highlight the 2 that are applicable to our international students like yourselves. The first is the Scholarship of Excellence, which is awarded to those students of high academic standing whose annual household income does not exceed 100,000 euros a year. This scholarship covers 3,000 euros annually from your tuition. And do note that you can apply for this scholarship between March 16th and July 16th of 2024, only if your reservation fee has been paid. You will submit your final high school grades through our scholarship online portal, and any application submitted after July 16th will not be considered. The second scholarship I'd like to point out is the Plan Compete, or Plan Compite, as we say in Spanish, granted for those incoming scholar athletes of particularly high athletic performance. These candidates must accredit their athletic standing within the last year through the Ministry or Federation of Sports within their home country. Now, this scholarship will cover 30% of your tuition, excluding the reservation and file opening fees. You may be wondering, can I apply for both scholarships? Yes, you can apply for both. And if granted both, the student will receive the one that is most financially beneficial. Lastly, I would like to point out that for all incoming students for our 2024-2025 academic year, we do have an early enrollment discount of 50% in the reservation fee this month of October. This discount applies for all the aforementioned degrees we've covered this evening, with the exception of dentistry. So prior to moving to our Q&A session, I would like to touch upon the experience of living in Madrid, particularly for those interested students that will be relocating from another country. Now, I'm originally from the United States. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, in the southeast of the country, but I've had the fortune of calling Madrid home for the past almost 10 years. So let me explain a little bit about Madrid. It is Spain's main cultural and business hub, abundant in world-class museums like the Prado, the Reina Sofia, and the Thyssen, abundant in sports venues, awe-inspiring architecture and monuments, parks and green spaces, and it houses the headquarters of countless multinational companies, institutions, and hospitals. Madrid is an extremely welcoming city and boasts a street life, vibrancy, hospitality, and overall quality of life that comes second to none, in my humble opinion. Located in the geographic center of the nation, Madrid is well connected by air and rail to all corners of Spain and other major European cities. Thanks to our high-speed train system, we are just about 2.5 hours from Barcelona, Valencia, Sevilla, and Malaga, and about 6 hours driving from Portugal's 2 major cities, Lisbon and Porto. Not to mention the day trip excursions from Madrid are endless. For those nature enthusiasts, Madrid is just a 45-minute drive to the Sierra de Guadarrama, which is a towering mountain range that bisects the Iberian Peninsula. And for those history buffs out there, we are an hour's drive from the medieval towns of Toledo, Segovia, and Avila. Madrid has a mild, dry, and pleasant climate year-round, although it's quite chilly from December to February, and hot, and I mean really hot, in the months of July and August. As far as living situations are concerned, we offer 2 on-campus student dormitories called Velázquez and Picasso, respectively, that are managed by a company called Zior. The dorms offer 4 categories of rooms: a shared room, an individual comfort room, an individual premium room, and an individual deluxe room. Included in the price are breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, a weekly room cleaning and sheet wash. Amenities include dining halls, study halls, a movie theater, and a huge terrace as well. Not to mention, Zior residents are automatic members of our sports club, gaining unlimited access to our sports facilities and group classes. Now, there are ample student residences within the town of Villaviciosa de Odón, just a few minutes by bus as well. So there's a lot of different options in the periphery of the campus. However, for those of you that are wishing to live right in the middle of the hustle and bustle in the heart of downtown Madrid, the campus is very well connected by public transportation, fortunately. The commute from Madrid's Príncipe Pío station to our campus takes approximately a half hour. And aside from public transportation, our university provides our own transportation with buses departing from Moncloa, that's located in Ciudad Universitaria, 6 times a day. Now, regarding health insurance, there are various options at your disposal. However, according to their prices, coverage, and overall quality of doctors and healthcare staff, we would recommend Nueva Mutua Sanitaria, whose contact information you can find there on the screen. Lastly, regarding your student visa, please note that we will provide all the documentation you need to file for your visa through the Spanish embassy or consulate in your home country once you have confirmed your place and paid your reservation fee for the upcoming 2024-2025 academic year. We hope you enjoy this short video about our university clubs and extracurricular activities before we take a quick virtual tour and open up the floor for questions and answers.
La vida universitaria te está esperando. Sabes que cuentas con más de 25 clubes donde puedes desarrollar todas tus habilidades y además conocer personas con tu misma afición.
¿Te gusta diseñar y construir objetos? Te invito a que te unas a los clubes de Fórmula, Robótica, Informática, Ciencias, Física, Game Studio o Air Division. Además, estos equipos participan en competiciones a nivel nacional e internacional, representando a nuestra universidad.
Tal vez te interesan actividades más culturales, así que puedes apuntarte al club de cine, al de teatro o al de fotografía.
Seguro que tienes el talento necesario.
También tenemos clubes para quienes quieran divertirse con juegos o deporte, como el club de eSport, el entrenamiento, club de rol o ajedrez. Jaque mate.
¿Eres trotamundos? Entonces tus clubes son o Relaciones Internacionales o Modelos de Naciones Unidas, que van a encuentros internacionales y nacionales. De hecho, este año fueron a París y a Dubái para representarnos.
En cambio, si lo tuyo es medicina, odontología, fisioterapia, psicología, biotecnología o ingeniería biomédica, contamos con agrupaciones para titulaciones específicas.
Estás a la última en todo, entonces no puedes perderte clubes como Pride
O podcast.
Y si aún así no encuentras un club que te interese, puedes crear uno nuevo.
So in just a few moments, we will open the floor for Q&A. However, as you are unable to be with us in person this evening, I would like to give you a brief virtual tour of our facilities, notably our simulated hospital, our television set, as well as our sports facilities. So my colleague David is down here manning the mouse. So David, let's first take a quick look at a faculty of biomedical and health sciences. Just take a quick look just so you get an idea of our facilities, and let's take a look at the crown jewel of the faculty, our simulated hospital. Now, please note that we do have 2 simulated hospitals. The second one was inaugurated in February of this year, but let's take a look at the original one. Wonderful, perfect. All right, so we are here in Building A in the Faculty of Biomedical and Health Sciences. David, let's spin around. Let's give a little 360 right here. Let's spin. Giramos a la izquierda. Looks like we're having a little bit of internet connection issues here. If we are unable to take a tour of the spaces virtually, there we go, it's working. One of our enrollment advisors can send you all the link through the live chat as well. So there's our simulated hospital. Again, here we work, everything is completely real in this space. All of the instrumentation is exactly as you would find in any real clinic or hospital. Everything is real except for the patients. However, we work with simulated dolls that can move, speak, bleed, urinate, the whole 9 yards. And for more psychological pathologies, we work with actors. Like I said, when we were discussing our psychology degree, the actors can play the role of a patient with schizophrenia, a panic attack, an eating disorder, etc. So here at the end of the hallway, this is our complex scenario. We can set up an ICU. We can set up a, like I said, an intensive care unit, a delivery room, a dentistry clinic. But unfortunately, it looks like our connection's is a little bit tough here. But this is a great platform for you students. You can enter into any faculty and take a look at all the different facilities as if you were here on campus with us this evening, okay? So there you can see all of our facilities within biomedical and health sciences. I encourage you all, those of you interested in media studies or marketing or advertising, take a look at Europea Media. It is a real-life TV set and green screen equipped with all the bells and whistles for you to carry out any kind of audiovisual production. I also encourage you to take a look at our sports facilities as well. So students, of course, if you study a sports-related degree, you will use all the sports facilities. But those of you that are studying dentistry or psychology or engineering degree, for example, you can also use all these spaces by becoming a member of the sports club. Okay, so you have access to all those different sports facilities. You have access to group classes as well, and you also have discounts with our team of physical therapists. So again, I apologize that we were unable to take a look at the campus virtually, but again, I would ask one of our enrollment advisors in the chat to send that link through so that you all can take a look from the comfort of your own home. So we will now open the floor for Q&A. We know that a couple of questions have already rolled in through the live chat, but you are free to ask us any questions you may have about each degree, the admissions process, our campus, living in Spain, etc. My colleagues or myself will answer each in order of reception. We are happy to answer any and all questions now, but please note that tomorrow we will get in contact with you over email to send you the electronic brochure of your degree with the tuition fees, and we will assign you your very own dedicated enrollment advisor who will lead you all through the admissions process. So I'm going to grab my iPad right here. One moment. There we are, perfect. And let's take a look at some of the questions that have rolled in through the live chat. Perfect, all right. Okay, I see we have quite a few. All right, so the first is from Shahida Costa. Shahida would like to know more about the requirements and deadlines for the business administration or economics. So the requirements are thank you so much for your question, and thank you so much for joining us this evening, first of all. So again, to apply for our business administration or economics bachelor's degree, you will need to be in contact with an enrollment advisor. We will assign you one tomorrow. And that person will ask for a photocopy of your passport or Spanish ID, and will give you access to your pre-student portal. You'll enter your portal, you'll fill out your registration form. Upon receiving your passport and the registration form, your advisor will send you your admissions tests that can be completed from the comfort of your own home. They'll take you about 2 or 3 hours. You'll have to take the Spanish test, English test, skills and abilities test, as well as complete the written interview. Upon completing these tests, they'll be sent to our selection committee, and within about 1 or 2 days, you will have the result. Your enrollment advisor will get in contact with you, relay your admission status. If you are admitted, you can go ahead and reserve your place for this upcoming year. So you could technically fill out the entire process and complete the process and be enrolled by as early as next week. So great question. All right, here we have a question from Noor. Noor, thank you so much for connecting with us this evening. Is this a private or public university, and what is the difference? So this is a private university, okay? We were founded in 1989, and again, I would recommend that you do research all different types of universities, public universities, private universities, international universities as well, so that you really kind of get a wide scope of what is out there. I can tell you this, that by studying at this private university, you will have access to state-of-the-art facilities. You will have reduced groups. That to say, our student-professor ratio is really, really favorable. You're never going to be more than 40 students in a theoretical classroom. And for a more practical hands-on project, you will work in even smaller groups. And really here at the Universidad Europea, you will not feel like a number, but you will have a really close relationship with your professors and with your classmates. So that's what I can say about our private university here at the Universidad Europea. Great question. All right, so we have a question for Dana in our live chat. This is also from Noor. Is there a fixed, for dentistry, is there a fixed number? If so, how many spots are open and how many people apply per year? So it looks like Dana has answered that question in the live chat. We do have there's a large demand to study our biomedical and health-related degrees in all of our degrees, and there's only a limited number of spaces per degree. So it is my recommendation to go ahead and start the admissions process. Great, here's a question for me, and this is from Finn. Finn, thank you so much for joining us this evening. The dentistry degree, is it recognized internationally or only in Spain? So it is recognized throughout the entire European Union, okay? So you can obtain this degree here at the Universidad Europea de Madrid, return to your home country within the European Union, and practice as well. So great question. Here's a question again from Noor for Dana. Upon completing the 5 years of dentistry, can you immediately go into practice, or are you a more general practitioner? So it looks like Dana has answered that question within the degree, and yes, I'd be happy to answer that as well. Upon completing the 5-year degree, you can go ahead and practice as a dentist or orthodontist. So great question. It looks like we have another question for Dana from the Arroyo Lopez family. For physical education and English, is the degree recognized in Spain to apply public teachers exams as well, oposiciones? The exam is in Spanish, but my question is if the degree is valid. Yes, the degree is valid, and it looks like Dana has answered that question in the live chat. We now have a question for social sciences and communication for my colleague Viviana Celi, and this is from Elidi Channel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. She has a question about the Faculty of Social Sciences. Can we choose 2 bachelors, like a bachelor's degree in marketing and a bachelor's degree in business? So we do have double bachelor's degrees. So for example, we offer a double global bachelor's degree in international relations and international business. And within Spanish, we do offer a lot of double degrees, like business administration and law, business administration and business analytics. So there are combinations, but those are typically taught 100% in Spanish. Within English, within social sciences and communication, the best option would be a double global bachelor's degree in international relations and international business. And that's a 5-year degree. Great question. And this is another question for Vivi from Elidi. So that means that my 2 degrees are going to be combined, that I will have 4 years of studies, even though it's a 2-year degree. Okay, and it looks like Viviana has answered that question in the live chat. Thank you, Viviana. And here we have a question for me, and this is from Noor. I have a degree from Valencia, for example. Can I work in Madrid, or is it only limited to where I got my degree? So again, you're not only limited to a city within Spain, you can practice anywhere within the European Union. So any country that forms part of the EU, your degree is valid throughout the continent. So great question. Here we have another question for me, and this is again from Noor. I appreciate all your questions, Noor. It's great, keeping us on our toes. You take the Spanish test if you're applying for English. Yes. So even if you're going to study 100% in English, as we are a Spanish university, we want to simply know what level of Spanish you have. Now, if you show up to to our university on day one and you don't speak a word of Spanish, that is okay, okay? That is fine. You do need to have at least a B2 level of Spanish in order to start your curricular internship, but that's towards the end of your degree. And do note that we do have online Spanish courses here at the university. We have a great faculty of Spanish teachers that would be happy to schedule weekly or bi-weekly classes with you for you to hone your comprehensive grammar, listening, writing skills to get a head start. And not to mention, you're going to make friends with a lot of Spanish students here on campus. You're going to make friends with students from all around the world. So I'm sure that you will leave here with an excellent level of Spanish, even though you're going to study completely in English. Great question. And let's see here. We have a question from Charlie Poole. Thank you for joining us, Charlie. What are your requirements for a psychology degree related to exams? So again, you will need to take an English test, a Spanish test, a skills and abilities test, as well as a written interview. Okay, you will need to take that. Great. And again, just like our dentistry degree, you do need to have a B2 level of Spanish in order to start your curricular internships your third year, because you'll most likely be treating Spanish-speaking patients. But of course, between living here in Spain and the Spanish courses that are offered online, I'm sure that you will speak Spanish excellently starting your third year. So here we have a question from Tobias. This is for me. Thank you so much for joining us. Can I start to apply even though I haven't finished my second year of Bachillerato? Of course, as I mentioned, the application window is currently open, and we do encourage that you participate. In fact, a lot of our degrees fill up before you'll actually receive your high school diploma. So I would recommend that you go ahead and start the admissions process this week or next. You can go ahead and take your admissions tests. Of course, we do want you to make a decision that is right for you. We do encourage you to research in wide detail our university. We invite you to come to our campus in person to see all of our state-of-the-art facilities to make a decision. And once you've made your decision, you can go ahead and reserve your place and guarantee your spot for the upcoming year. So yes, in short, the answer is yes. Here we have a question from Valentina Baronare. Valentina, thank you so much for joining us. Are there different requirements if you are transferring from a college in the United States? Do you accept transfers? And it looks like she's interested in international business. Yes, so they're the exact same requirements. The skills and abilities test, the written interview, English test if your mother tongue is not English, okay? So great question. Same requirements for all incoming students. And here we have a question from Charlie again. What are the prices per year considering you are a private university? So tomorrow, like I mentioned, we will get in contact with you over email. We will send you an electronic version of your brochure with the curriculum and all the degrees and all the subjects you're going to study, as well as the tuition fees. We will send that over by email, okay? Great. And here we have another question from Tobias, for me. When can we start applying for the student dorm? So great question. You can go ahead and make an inquiry with Xior. Again, that's Xior. You had the contact information on the screen, or you can type into Google Universidad Europea Xior Residences and get in contact with them. There are only spaces for 536 students. We have about 15,000 students here on our campus in Villaviciosa de Odón, and every single year, all the rooms get completely booked up. So they will explain to you what are the next steps. I visited the dorms last week, and I believe that you can go ahead and reserve your place as early as March. However, I would like for you to confirm that with them directly. But it's not too early to go ahead and get in contact with them, make an inquiry so that they have you on their radar. Okay? Great. Any more questions? We've had a lot of questions come in through the live chat. I really appreciate everyone's interest. Going once, going twice. It's okay. If you have another question that comes up later, you're free to ask those with your enrollment advisor. We do have another one that's come in from Valentina. Do I have to take both the Spanish and English tests if my mother tongue is Spanish and I am a U.S. citizen? Ooh, that's a tricky question. Let's see here. So if your mother tongue is Spanish, you will not need to take your Spanish test. And if you are a U.S. citizen, best discuss that with your enrollment advisor. Again, if you have two maternal tongues, Spanish and English, you would not need to take either one. However, we typically only have one mother tongue, so I'm afraid that you would have to take the Spanish test. Yes, you would have to take the English test, but if you are a citizen in the United States, I'm sure that you will blow the test out of the water and you will make an extremely great grade on it. Again, they're just 50 minutes in duration, each language test. There's a grammar section, a reading section, a listening section, and it's quite straightforward. So let's see if any other questions have rolled in through the live chat. All right. Here we go. No more questions. Okay. I'm going to put my iPad down. And students, families, thank you again for your questions, and thank you to my colleagues that are on the live chat for your detailed answers. So students and families attending this evening, as I mentioned in the beginning of this event, choosing a degree and a university is without doubt one of the most difficult decisions a young person has to make. Therefore, it is my sincere recommendation that you research in detail a wide range of universities, that you study their four-year curriculum, that you evaluate the professors and on-campus facilities, that you take into account the internship offerings, and explore all the various extracurricular activities at hand. Because those of us that are a little bit older than you can all agree that your university years is perhaps one of the most rewarding chapters in a person's life. So, if you do envision yourself studying through project-based learning, gaining experience in a professional setting, participating in clubs and team sports, and cultivating lifelong friendships with classmates from all around the world, perhaps the Universidad Europea is the right fit for you. Our next on-campus open house event is scheduled for the 25th of November, so here in just about a month, a little over a month, and it would be a pleasure to welcome you to our state-of-the-art campus here in person. On behalf of the university, thank you so much for connecting with us this evening. And I'd like to give a special thank you and shout out to my team within the admissions department, David, Estefania, Mauricio, Viviana, Borja, and Dana, as well as to the technicians and production team for making this event a reality. And of course, a very special thank you to all interested students and families for your participation in the first open house event of the year. Classes will start in September of 2024, and we do hope to see you all around campus. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Good evening and buenas noches.